You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started. What is going on, gents? It's RPM here, reporting from Mobile Command. Gentlemen, when I saw this article, I damn near fell out of my chair from laughter. However, it's a very satirical take on a very real world problem. Now, before I get into this article that was published on the 17th of March, let me just go ahead and say this. All hail the Stingy Men Association. Oh, yes. See, this accurately represents another meaning of MGTOW, men guarding their own wallets. Now, let's get into this article. Quote unquote, stingy men take on Nigeria's dating etiquette. Women of Nigeria, watch out. The men are in revolt. Oh, it's funny they would use such a strong word, revolt. No, more like these men have decided to take their wallet and go home. No longer will they pay for lavish dates. No longer will they provide expensive gifts. No longer will they hand over cash on demand. That is, at least according to the country's Stingy Men Association. Oh, yes. It is a fictional creation, a lighthearted response on social media that emerged earlier this year to some male concerns about the cost of dating. Gentlemen, if you'll recall, I made a video a very long time ago called The Brutal Truth Is All Men Pay. Now, this is a particular point of contention among, ironically, a lot of younger black men. We have to call a spade on this one. They're the ones that talk about this whole tricking thing, for which, no. Women are not free. You will pay in attention, time, or money. But as we all know, the image of the black male is one of hypersexuality, which is why black men are the ones who talk about game the most. But that's neither here nor there. The truth is just the truth. You will pay, and a lot of men, particularly younger black men, they cannot seem to accept that fact. But getting back to this article. It's tough being a man in Nigeria. There is too much pressure on us. 35-year-old Lagos-based journalist Fred Itua told the BBC. Everyone expects so much from you. Men should not be seen as spending machines, a la ATMs, which dispense what? Currency. And what is the modern woman's currency? Attention, time, money. Boom. I could end it right there, but we're going to keep going. We also want to be pampered. Another man echoed this, saying on Facebook that he felt he did not get the recognition he deserved for the cash he had spent on dates. Quote unquote, most Generous guys are seen as objects to be manipulated, used, and disrespected for their generosity. Very powerful statement, yet very true fact. A la Coach Greg Adams, pat on the head, you're such a good man. The buzz the Stingy Men Association generated on social media gave way to an app which allowed those to download it to design their own ID cards. It got more than 50,000 downloads within days. Yes, the ID is hilarious. Members were also expected to swear an oath to give quote-unquote shishi, Nigerian slang for nothing, to women. Man, this is something that the line of MGTOW would proudly endorse. Hashtag give them nothing. But some women were skeptical that men could stick to their guns. A view, summarized in a tweet showing a photo of an actress in a mini dress, accompanied by the words, "I dressed like this to go to his house," and he denounced his membership of the Stingy Men Association. Now, isn't it ironic? That woman in that tweet literally proved these men correct. Why? Because she put on display her only bargaining chip, which was her body. Talk about falling into the trap. But like a lot of comedy, this is really about a very serious topic: how young Nigerian men and women should treat each other in a relationship. Dating in Nigeria can be an expensive business. Now, if we look out on the dating industry worldwide, it has been in free fall. It truly has. A lot of businesses that required men to quote unquote pursue women in hopes of, getting laid, restaurants, nightclubs, they've all taken major hits, particularly during the pandemic. They were on the decline before that. However, our good buddy Charlie 19 was the death knell for a lot of those quote unquote dating businesses. And in my opinion, that's a good thing. I had to pay a bill with my watch. There are some young women who appear to expect men to take care of their every need, which are not cheap. They could demand the latest gadgets, the latest fashions, the best makeup, and setting someone back hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Now, gentlemen, why would you pay for a woman who's requesting these things if you're not in a relationship? And why is it that she's not spending her own money? See, there we go. These women want men to stay in an old, outdated, traditional model where they, quote unquote, pursue and they pay for them, but the women want to stay in the modern, era and keep their money that they make. No. Their date also has to pay for nights out, which can come with hidden costs. In a context where many men in Nigeria are not earning much money, there is a lot of pressure. Talk about hypergamy. When I was a bachelor, I took a lady out on a date and made a budget for the two of us, Mr. Atua said. But she came with her friend and they ate meals I couldn't afford. Stop right there. Stop right there. If you plan a date and she brings a friend and you don't know about it, you get up and you walk out right there. Right there. Don't even let them get to the table. Oh, you decide to bring a friend. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? This date is now over. This date's over. No matter how good you look, no matter how good your friend looks, I know that neither one of you are going to give up the booty. So no, I'm not paying for this date. But unfortunately, too many men get tricked into this. Why? Because, a la Coach Greg Adams, pat on the head. You're such a good guy. If you pay for us, then yeah, I'm pretty much going to, possibly, have sex with you. And that trickery is enough for a lot of men to get used behind. But when I couldn't afford, she did not offer to split the bill. So I had to give up my wristwatch to balance the fee. She even refused to date me afterwards. Wow. So she knew she had zero sexual interest in him. He got played with a foodie call with her and her friends. Now, gentlemen, for those of you who still plan on rolling the dice with these modern women, before I say what I'm about to say, this is not me giving any sort of dating advice. This is not me doing that. This is me simply saying use common sense and be completely upfront with your intentions off the rip. If she wants to go out with you, you let her know. Yes, sex will happen. If not, then no date. Now, be aware. Something that the quote unquote game spitters will not tell you is that she can still change her mind. She could say, well, I felt pressure to have sex with you because you told me if we didn't have sex, you weren't going to take me out. See, women will always twist the narrative to make themselves into a victim. So yes, you can put it out there. Look, I'm expecting sex out of this. Nope. Okay. I'm just going to keep it moving. Which is you actually telling her the truth. You've laid your plan out. This is what I want. So you can say either yay or nay. And we've gotten to the point that we will have to send text messages back and forth to make sure that there was viable consent. Gentlemen, at this point, I would highly suggest you, particularly you younger men, get a doll, wait it out. Because these modern women, they have zero incentive to change the dating landscape. It is a total minefield within a minefield, within another minefield, with snipers all around it. Yeah. Too dangerous. Anyway, he felt used, but that expectation of a follow-up date reveals something about the dynamic of a dating relationship where money is involved. Once again, I humbly say, in my own opinion, if you're going to spend money, you should at least spend money where you're going to get the outcome, i.e., just pay for a lady of the night and call it even. At least if you spend that money, you will get what you are actively pursuing, which is a sexual encounter, as long as it is with a consenting adult. End of. See, this is why they really don't want to make, prostitution legal, because they know a lot of men will bypass the dating scene and say, you know what, I can go over here and I can make my money go further, and I'm going to get the result that I really want, as opposed to dealing with a quote unquote free woman. And gentlemen, I'm going to reiterate this. There is no such thing as a free woman. Period. Point blank. So yeah, that's why they don't want to make prostitution legal, because a lot of men would be able to go ahead and get what they desire and keep it moving. Now, I know this is a bit of a tangent. So far as that maniac that shot up those Asian massage parlors, they want to say that he had a quote unquote sex addiction. No, he was a fucking maniac who decided to go after soft targets. If he really had such a bad day, he would have went to a police station and been on even terms. But I'm not going to go too far into that story. I'll leave that for another time. Getting back to this article. But like a lot of comedy, he talks about how so many women still want so many things. And yeah, so many women will use men that they know they have zero sexual attraction to. For what? Essentially, as we used to call it back in the 90s, to juice these men out of their ducats. But what can we say? I always define my values at the beginning of a relationship, and I don't date people who don't have the same understanding with me. Yes, go in completely transparent. Let these women know right up front, this is what I want, this is my program, and you have every option to either agree and we can go forward, or disagree. That way you can move on and I can go to someone else. But women don't want to do that. See, they have the guys that they want to have sex with, but they have the other guys they want to use for non-sexual things. Gentlemen, don't be that guy. Put your program on the table up front and make her make a decision. It's either yes or no. And if she says no, thank you. I bid you adieu. I hope you find what you're looking for in life and you proceed on and you completely cut her off. I am a Christian, so I believe in sex only in marriage. I don't allow anyone to spend too much on me. As Nigerians move on from the Stingy Men Association social media trend, Mrs. Let me pull that back. Miss Uramu suggests relationships should be based on pure affection. No, because we know that women will fake those things in order to get what they want. Love should be the key thing in an ideal relationship. Unfortunately, that is not. Love is something that cannot be measured, it cannot be seen, it cannot be quantified, and it's a fleeting emotion at best. Where partners put each other first and nothing else matters. Oh, here we go. Yet again, more of this Disney romance crap that's gotten a lot of men in a bad way, because we actually wanted to do those things. We wanted to be a provider. All of that. But guess what? that generosity was treated as a weakness. Love isn't selfish. Wrong. Women's quote unquote love to men is selfish because it's conditional. So both parties should respect and support each other. Miss Kanu agrees that it should be a true partnership where money and sex shouldn't be the only things on offer. Oh, really? Women want resources, men want sex. End of. Until they get married and have children, that is the relationship dynamic. That is the dating dynamic. Period. Parents also have a responsibility to shift attitudes and quote unquote train their children to see things differently. The reorientation has to start from home, the fashion designer says. Well, that could be a positive thing. However, she's leaving out the influence of social media. That could, however, take some time, but things are changing. There are strong, hardworking women now, so let them pay for their own crap. So many women take care of themselves financially and even support their men, she says. So not all women are waiting for men to pay their bills. Now, here's the thing about it. Do these women truly want to be the ones who are paying their bills? Of course not. Of course not. But, as we all know, women will always want a bigger, better deal. Doesn't matter where in the world she is, female nature and hypergamy are universal terms. So, with that being said, gentlemen, if you still plan on rolling the dice, do everything in your power to put yourself in a position to where she's going to either have to play ball or she's going to have to walk away. Your attention and your time are way too valuable to be wasted on any type of woman in this dating and relationship landscape, because you do not get those back. Money, you can make that back. Attention, time, once you give those away frivolously, you will not get it back. So just be wise on which woman you decide to give it to. And speaking of that, ladies, no matter what you say, it is we men who control what title you get. Be it a quick hookup, be it casual and occasional, be it you become a lady friend, an actual girlfriend, just a jump off, or a full-fledged wife, we control those titles. So guess what? Ladies, you only got one bargaining chip to play. And the fact that we men don't have a biological clock, we've already won. And more men are starting to realize it. And they're realizing that they can age gap date. So talk about shoot yourselves in the foot, ladies. You still want to play these old games? Men are realizing that and saying, nope, we're going to adjust to the new society too. And by adjust, we're taking our wallet and going home. Well, read the article. Let me know what you guys think. And ladies, the power will eventually go out. Feminism and using men that you have zero sexual interest in to get free stuff will go out right along with it. Why? Because more and more men worldwide are deciding to vote with their feet and their wallet. And Big Daddy government cannot force men to accept you nor pay for you. It is what it is. That's all I got to say for this one. RPM I am